Hey guys, welcome back to T-Bones Tech. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the brand new Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. So this little camera has a massive 1-inch sensor, which is going to be about half the size of something like the Canon T7i, which is going to have an APS-C size sensor. So here we can see the Canon T7i with the 18-55mm lens, and here we can see the Canon G7X Mark III, and as you guys can see, it is so much smaller than the Canon T7i, but the G7X Mark III only has half the sensor size of the Canon T7i, which is quite impressive and is going to allow this camera to get very good image quality even in low light. The Canon G7X Mark III has the 35mm equivalent of a 24-100mm lens. Now if we were to buy a lens like that for a full frame camera, we're going to spend about $600 to $1,000, and we're actually going to have a slower aperture because this 24-105mm lens has an f4 aperture, and the G7X Mark III is actually going to have a f1 aperture that's going to get darker when you zoom out all the way to f2.8, so it's going to go down one stop, so your images are going to get one stop darker when you zoom all the way in, which definitely isn't anything too crazy, but even at the low end at f2.8, it's still allowing double the amount of light as this Canon 24-105mm f4L lens will. So this little camera definitely packs a punch. Another great feature of this camera is the fact that it can shoot 4K video at 30 frames a second, and the video quality of this is absolutely fantastic, and it has this really nice selfie touchscreen, which is going to allow you to see yourself for when vlogging or when taking selfies. It is very handy and nice and super easy to use. And the 4K video coming out of this camera is very sharp, and I actually did a full video test of this camera, and I filmed video at 4K and also 1080p. So if you guys want to check that video out, there is going to be a link over here somewhere in the information tab of this video where you guys can check out my full video test of this camera. But the video quality is definitely very impressive for this little camera, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic for vloggers or anyone who likes to film themselves, and it's also going to be fantastic, like I said, for selfies because you can easily see yourself and get a nice frame, and you can also fit a lot of people in this camera. This camera has built-in stereo microphones, and the audio quality from them, which you're listening to right now, is actually pretty decent, but it also does have a 3.5mm microphone input, which is actually going to allow us to record external audio. The microphone input is located here on the side of the camera, and that's going to allow us to plug in something like this Rode VideoMic Pro, but unfortunately there isn't going to be a hot shoe on top of this camera, so we can't really mount this mic unless we get a cage or some type of skeleton for this camera, which is going to be a little bit annoying. It also has a built-in electronic level, which is extremely helpful for making all your shots level and nice, and it's really nice to see on a camera coming in at this price point and this size. The minimum aperture on this camera is going to only be f11, which definitely isn't slow enough for a lot of low shutter speed shooting, but thankfully Canon built an electronic ND filter, which is going to allow us to stop down our aperture, and from our testing this seems to be a ND 0.09, which is going to offer us 3 stops of light reduction. And with this really cool 3-inch touchscreen, we can easily tap to focus, and the focus seems to be very fast and accurate. It also has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which is going to be really good, and that means that you can pair this camera to your smartphone or your tablet using Canon's Camera Connect app, and it's super easy to pair, and then you can change all these settings like the shutter speed, our ISO, and even our aperture, and we can also of course remotely take pictures and also remotely change the focus. And once you have taken the picture, you can easily go ahead and review it on your phone, so you can zoom in and check sharpness, and then from there you can also save it directly to your phone, which makes it super easy to share to social networks. And for being such a small camera, it actually has very impressive low light performance. So here's a test shot at ISO 1600, 3200, 6400, 12,800, and 25,600. So as you guys can see, it definitely does fall apart here at the very top end, but overall it's pretty solid considering how small this camera is. But overall I think this is an absolutely fantastic little camera. It's going to be great for vloggers or someone with a family who wants to take pictures of their kids. The picture quality in something like this is going to absolutely blow away any iPhone. It's not even going to be close, so you're really going to be able to capture some very nice pictures which are going to last a very long time. As far as pricing goes, this is going going to cost you around $750, and I will leave a link in the description down below. You guys can check out this camera on Amazon, and I think for only $750, this is a very good, very premium camera, which you guys are definitely going to enjoy. But that's all good for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to my YouTube channel. But again, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.